microorganisms are not harmful. There are many microorganisms that are highly helpful to man, animals and plants. Some microorganisms are scavengers. They decompose the dead bodies of plants and animals into simpler, essential, basic nutrients which will be reused by animals and particularly plants for their growth. Some microorganisms live in the stomach and intestines of some of the animals and lead a symbiotic life. For example, animals like termites, cattle, horses, rabbits, etc. have several thousands of microorganisms in their stomach which help them to digest cellulose present in the plants. In the absence of these microorganisms, the animals cannot digest food. We cannot digest cellulose because of the absence of some microorganisms that help in the digestion of cellulose. The microorganisms even supply vitamins which are essential for growth. Dear students, we have included this table for your information. Please observe the typical numbers of soil organisms in healthy ecosystems. Some of the microorganisms help in preparing food materials. Microorganisms help us prepare curd, buttermilk, cheese, etc. Alcohols, antibiotics, vitamins are prepared using microorganisms in the industries. Shall we see uses of microorganisms in our daily life? Curd is an essential food item in our lives. Curd is nothing but a fermented milk product. Curd is a product obtained from boiled milk which is fermented with the help of a harmless bacteria called lactic acid bacteria. Curd can be used directly or churned into buttermilk. Curd is nutritious and delicious. To understand how curd can be prepared, we can observe what our mothers do in the kitchen. She adds a little of previous day's buttermilk to the boiled and cooled milk. The tiny amount of buttermilk added will serve as a source of lactic acid bacteria. When this mixture is allowed to get fermented in the room temperature for about few hours, it turns into curd. Thus, the milk proteins and fat globules together form into curd by the activity of lactic acid bacteria. When this curd is churned, cream comes out. The leftover liquid is nothing but buttermilk. Ripening of cheese. The next food material is cheese, which is also obtained from milk. Cheese is widely used in Western countries as part of their diet. Its usage is slowly gaining popularity in India also. Milk contains a protein known as casein. With the help of microorganisms, the milk protein can be coagulated and a semi-solid substance is produced which looks like curd. Now, the water content from this product is removed. This is known as cottage cheese or cream cheese and is ready for use. The cottage cheese is further processed by a process called ripening or curing. The cottage cheese is further pressed to remove the remaining water. Harmless bacteria or some harmless fungi are introduced. These microorganisms convert cottage cheese into different varieties of cheese. Do you know there are about 300 types of cheese? Different types of milk such as cow, buffalo, horse, camel, goat, etc. are used with different types of microorganisms for ripening the cheese at different temperatures for different time periods and then processed. Thus, large varieties of cheese are produced. After the process of ripening, the cheese is packed in wax-coated paper or in glass jars or in tins. The following table is for the inquisitive mind. It is not part of the curriculum. Nitrogen fixation. Plants need nitrogen for their growth and development. Though nitrogen is abundantly available in atmosphere, nitrogen cannot be absorbed by the plant in the elemental form from the atmosphere. Nitrogen can be taken only in the form of nitrogenous salts. The process of converting atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous salts is known as nitrogen fixation or nitrification. This process of nitrogen fixation is done by some microorganisms present in sea, blue-green algae, and by certain kinds of bacteria. The atmospheric nitrogen is converted into nitrates and nitrites by these microorganisms. Azotobacter is a free-living bacteria. This bacteria converts the inorganic nitrogen into organic compounds such as amino acids and proteins. The other type of nitrogen fixing bacteria is Rhizobium leguminosarum, which lives in the root nodules of plants like beans, groundnut, pea gram, etc. These bacteria live for protection and for food in the cells of root nodules. At the same time, they supply nitrogen to the plant in the form of nitrates. Nitrogen in the form of nitrates is essential for the growth, metabolic activity and storage of food in the form of proteins. Thus, the bacteria and the higher plants help each other and are mutually benefited. Such a cooperative life is called symbiosis. Each partner is a symbiont. Alcoholic beverages. There are many alcoholic beverages made by fermentation of sugar, barley, molasses from sugar industry, cornstarch, grape juice and toddy by yeast cells. Fermentation is nothing but process of respiration conducted in the absence of oxygen known as anaerobic respiration. When oxygen is not available, yeast cells use sugar as energy source and these sugars are converted into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Well, you know that carbon dioxide is a gas and escapes into atmosphere. The solution left in the container is alcohol. Alcohol is used in industries as a solvent and in the preparation of some drugs. Biofertilizers. We know that to increase production from crops in agriculture, the farmers use fertilizers. Usually, fertilizers are of two types: artificial fertilizers and natural fertilizers. Artificial fertilizers are chemical substances manufactured in factories. Natural fertilizers are produced in the fields by the activities of microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. The microorganisms act on the dead bodies and decompose them into smaller components and simple chemical substances. Since these are naturally occurring biological materials, they are called as biofertilizers. Let us now see how we can prepare this natural fertilizer for ourselves. The compost pit is filled with twigs, leaves, dung and dried grains. Then The pit is covered with layers of soil. Water is sprinkled over the pit regularly and the pit is kept undisturbed for few days. During this period, microorganisms grow in numbers and decompose the organic matter and convert the entire mass into compost fertilizer. This is known as manure. The manure is dug out later and used as a natural fertilizer in the crop fields. Another way of preparing biofertilizer is from biogas plant. Antibiotics. The chemical substances produced from microorganisms can kill some other living organisms. Such substances are known as antibiotics. Alexander Fleming found that a fungus named Penicillium notatum produces an antibiotic substance known as penicillin that can kill bacteria. Antibiotics are those that can kill the disease causing bacteria. Nowadays, there are many popular antibiotics such as streptomycin, chloromycin, erythromycin, etc. These antibiotics are of great use in controlling several diseases caused by bacteria and other microorganisms in man, animals and plants.